Right, welcome to this unboxing video. So I've made a big order. I usually sort of save up and then make a big order, and it's to gamemat.eu. The box has arrived, and it's an opportunity here in this video just to see the new units that I plan to have on the way. A number of factions covered here in this box. It's to bring them up to date for Chapter Approved 2018, to get a 2,000 points army ready and out there in battle reports. And it's especially exciting for two particular armies as well, which we'll see the new units for each of those here in this video. So I usually would save up for a while, and a good way of sort of saving up enough money to make an order is to sell on sort of spare bits, spare kits and so on. I would do a lot of that. eBay is great for selling on spare parts, and sort of exchanges with friends as well. Maybe you sort of buy a larger box set and you both sort of chip in, or your local Wargames club, you can sell some bits on, and gradually you just sort of build up a little fund, and then when you've got enough, then make an order. And that's the way I've always gone about putting orders together. And it just means you're sort of moving on the old stuff. You're not getting a backlog of unassembled kits and so on, and then you're able to sort of have a money pot there for saving up for new orders. So that's the kind of idea. That's what I've done here. So another orders come through. I'll show you everything I've got, because even the accessories and paints and so on. So boxes arrive from gamefigures.com. They do Games Workshop, 40k, Age of Sigma, and also loads of other gaming systems as well. So you can check them out. They're based in the UK, but they do ship worldwide. So, in no particular order, let me just cover the basics first. Right, some Minotaur and Varnish. I've run out of Varnish, so I need that for terrain I'm working on and for models as well. Used to be old Purity Sealed, and it's now been replaced by Minotaur and Varnish just there. When you spray this, you want to shake it well and sort of I would do a very light sort of spray. It's just almost a dusting of it. Like you think, oh, you've not really covered the figure. But if you go too heavy on varnishes, they can cause trouble, especially for metallic sort of colours. So, very light coat, a misting almost of your models is way better than like a thick, heavy coat where it goes on glossy because it's wet and then it starts to dry, and the model can be ruined. You can get a ghosty sort of look, and it can destroy colours, and especially metallics. So that should last a long time if you use that method. Just a very light coat for that. Right, then there's one spray here which I can't go into the colour for that one. It's for the secret project that's on the Plus channel. That's the base colour I'll be using for that new project. Another Minotaur and Varnish, just two of those. That should last me a long time, even for all the terrain I've got on the way. Then Army Painter. I do rate these sprays. I think they're excellent, and it's plate mail here, so I would use that for armies like my Necrons. Also, I hope to make tutorials with the terrain, but this will be the base colour for my AdMech terrain as well. It's just spray the whole lot silver, and you can immediately then start doing washes and so on. But I hope to make a painting tutorial for the official Games Workshop AdMech terrain, and that's the base colour for that. Then I've got Rust Grey here, so I do have some new Space Wolves units on the way. There's a new battle report there on YouTube that was sort of using the older lists that I had and the models that are available, and then I've since developed the armies. I've done army development video, multiple army development videos on the Plus channel. Subscribers have left their own comments and feedback, and I'm working on a brand new list. And it's sort of using most of the models that I already have and just adding in a few extra good ones, hopefully, to make the Space Wolves a stronger list for sure. So Rust Grey for them. So you'll get to see some of the new units. I hope to feature these Space Wolves Fenrisian Wolves. For fluff, I think, and for a quick unit, supporting unit, a flanking unit, and also for grabbing objectives and so on. So I think they'll be useful enough. I think they're great models as well. I can't do a Space Wolves army without having wolves, literal wolves in the army. So it'd be great to have them on the board, and they can run alongside my Thunderwolf Carrier. I think they'll be, just look fantastic. So very unique to the Space Wolves. I've taken the opportunity to add them in. Yeah, I'm just going to grab in no particular order here, just as they come out of the box. So two of these, Jakari succubus here, two of them. So that's to help me get some good HQs, to get the structure right for my new revamped Jakari list. Again, I have the older list, it's not particularly strong. They've been shelved for a long time, which is a shame. Jakari now become more and more popular and quite a very powerful army as well. So I'm going to work as quick as I can to get a sort of decent enough list for the Jakari. Some new units being added in. These to hang around my witch units. Yeah, to make them a bit stronger. Yes, I rate these. I think they're pretty good. Cheap HQ. Pretty well equipped. Hope to add a couple of relics in for each of these as well to make them stronger. So double succubus. Fantastic model as well. Then the Space Wolves here, a Venerable Dreadnought. Already have this one configuration. Already have Murderfang. So I'm planning to add by popular demand, and I rate the model as well. Rate the unit, and the model looks fantastic. That's Bjorn the Fell-Handed. Wow, I think I'll run him with a double las cannon. I think it's the plan, just to have this character with a very accurate heavy weapon that can move around in the Space Wolves force and provide a bit of firepower on the way in to close combat. So it seems to be that the Space Wolf army is going for away from vehicles. There's no tanks in this list. It's cavalry and dreadnoughts and infantry. So it's that kind of theme. I do like to try and make these different Space Marine armies entirely different to each other. Try and focus on the unique aspects to each of them. So Blood Angels, a lot of elite characters, sort of air cavalry and jump packed style units. Imperial Fists, very standard sort of Space Marines, and then for Space Wolves, a strong theme running with them as well. I'm trying to take advantage of the newer models and unique models, but Bjorn the Fell-Handed here in plastic looks utterly incredible. So super excited about that. Really want to make the Space Wolves work because they're a beautiful army. They've been painted up by Siege Studios. They did the older list, and then I'm going to try and then paint up some new units myself to match in to get them back on the battlefield. So direct only, a bit of a surprise. Dark Elder Reavers. Direct only. I'm not sure why Games Workshop have done that. It's not an old unit by any means. Superbly sculpted, but direct only apparently now. So if anyone knows any particular reason why, but I've been into a Games Workshop store, and you look at the different factions, and they would only have like half a dozen units available for each. Not really the full range, which is a little bit strange. You have to get these on direct only, but that's the way they come. So they are enough unit of them. Already got a large enough unit of those, but my new list is to expand them. Then here, another direct only. So Game Figures, they're able to get a hold of the direct only stuff and bring it into the order, which is great. This is Jakari again. It's the Void Raven Bomber. Again, sort of standard unit, but direct only here from Games Workshop. So I can't imagine them withdrawing the range. There's no way. These are standard units, but direct only though if you want to try and get a hold of them. So there it is. Void Raven Bomber, very popular for Jakari. I already have one, and then I plan to have a second one in the list just to make it stronger. And for the Jakari, I like the idea of sort of this air power, these jets flying over the top, providing air support as the rest of the army moves in for the kills. That's the idea with the new list. Yeah, 2 more blisters here. Tech Priest Engine Sieve, fantastic model. And listen to what subscribers have said for my Adeptus Mechanicus list. I need to make a few changes to that list. A few new units to paint up, and the AdMech, they took a massive points reduction for chapter approved, and so I've been able to boost some of the units and to add some new models in. So very excited. One of the top performing armies actually in season 6, so it'd be great to get them back on the battlefield soon. These shouldn't be too much effort to paint up, and it means I might be able to go for a double battalion potentially to give them a whole lot of command points. So expect the Adeptus Mechanicus to be a force to be reckoned with. I think they'll be pretty strong. So I can repair some vehicles with those. A fantastic plastic model. I'll have to think about making these slightly different to each other. May well prove difficult. So it looks like a fixed pose, but this plastic could be cut up, and I'll try and make them 2 different poses, not the duplicate models walking around the battlefield. So that's them. So you can see I'm just trying to get a number of these factions at 2,000 points chapter approved, just to add a nice bit of variety to the channel here. So Thunderwolf Cavalry, unit of 3 of those. I've already got a unit of 5, so another unit of 3. I want 2 units of 4, so that's perfect. 3 of these should fulfill that. So there they are. Yeah, brilliant models. Sort of a strange concept, Space Marines riding big wolves, but I think they look okay. And this will be my faster element to this Space Wolves list. And again, amazing models. And the great thing about Space Wolves, Space Marines, is all the unique Space Wolf equipment, the weapons and shields, and all of the heraldry and so on for them. So all the runes, yeah, absolutely fantastic. Not tons of, it's a nice variety. It's just a mixture of units. It's not droves to paint up. So hopefully get these armies on the go pretty quick. Carbonite Warriors, I haven't painted these since the tutorial on the channel, which is about 4 years old now, perhaps even more. If you want to know, if you like the Jakari army, you've seen it in previous battle reports, you like the colour scheme, just check out, there is a full painting tutorial for these on the channel, and I'll show you how to paint Carbonite Warriors, so you'll be able to follow that tutorial along. But as I said, it's a good few years old now, so if you go onto the channel and you look up the painting tutorial section and you scroll all the way to the end, it's one of the first tutorials, then you'll see how I painted my Jakari infantry. And I have actually done a while ago an in-depth painting tutorial for the Jakari. It's over on the Plus channel, and that's where I paint one of the Venoms, one of the vehicles, bigger challenge. I'll show you how to paint that from start to finish and all the tips and details for that on the Plus channel. You don't have to subscribe to get that video. It's available for rent or individual purchase, just for a very small amount, and that'll give you access to that video to guide you through painting them up. But I neglected these for a long time, and if you notice in the battle reports, hardly ever use the Carbonite Warriors, just got shot to pieces. But I think I have a use for them now. They're a cheap unit, and they will actually play quite an important role for my Jakari list. So actually really excited getting to assemble and paint those again. I have, next is this. So it's a scenery brush from Games Workshop. I have a large scenery project in mind to do, so I'll need a larger brush for all the dry brushing techniques, and I saw this one available from Games Workshop, and I do rate their brushes. I think they're really good, so this one should do the job quite nicely. Yeah, so glad to have that. Just showing you all the little bits that have been ordered. One brush here, just a base brush that I can use. Interesting sort of shape to the nib of that one, but I think that'd be useful enough just for applying colour nice and quickly. Nice wide sort of nib here, so a useful brush for sure. And the last kit, get a nice bit of variety here. There's these Sicarian Rust Stalkers, Infiltrators as well. You can go for the 2 different combinations. So I currently have a unit of 7 of these and a unit of 8 of those, and the plan is to boost both of those units up to 10, so to make 2 more Rust Stalkers and 3 Infiltrators. So you'll have a unit of 10 Rust Stalkers, a unit of 10 Infiltrators. I think that's going to be superb to have big units of these. Now, a lot of people don't rate them, but I think in a big enough number, I think they'll be potent enough. There's some great stratagems you can use for the Infiltrators to make them really, really good. And the Infiltrators as well, their ability to dish out loads of mortal wounds, potentially in a large unit, I think they'll be terrifyingly good. I really think they're going to be good. So that's the plan with them, just to make this AdMech force even more potent. Alright, so that's the order that's come through for GameFigures.com. Check them out, they do Games Workshop discounted rate, a lot of other gaming systems available from them as well. But exciting here, this order. All these units that I have should be enough. There's one other bit I got, that's from eBay. I managed to track down the Rune Priest in lead for the Space Wolves as well, and if I get all that painted up, that will complete them along these parts here. So exciting stuff for Adeptus Mechanicus, Jakari and Space Wolves. Hopefully enough here. It's going to keep me busy for a while painting them up, but enough here to boost all 3 of those factions up to chapter approved 2018. Sort of decent enough lists. It'd be exciting to see those all making a return to the channel for season 7. Hopefully that'll mix this season up with a whole load of factions all playing different games. Other seasons I've played, there's been an emphasis on certain factions. I'm trying my best to make it a real mix-up of battles here. There's loads of combinations that we have never played before. Jakari, I don't think I've ever played the Adeptus Mechanicus. They've never played against the Space Wolves, I don't think, so there's some great combos that we can go for as these armies become available. So exciting stuff. That's the update and the new units potentially that are on the way. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.